Well, good morning, everyone. I am Vanessa Quijano, SVP of Business Development at Invest Newark. We are thrilled today to host a webinar with Onyx Equities to learn more about the contest for Newark-based restaurants for an opportunity for a restaurant space in the Junction. This contest was recently announced, and today we have with us Jonathan Schultz, he's the managing partner for Onyx Equities, and Matt Flath, Vice President of Asset Management from Onyx Equities. Matt and John, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're excited to be here. Thanks for doing this. I know Matt and I are so excited to be part of the Newark community. We've been here now for a couple of years, and it's just amazing how much Newark has to offer and how exciting it is to get to know the community, the companies, the culture, the people. We've been having a fantastic time. Obviously, COVID got a little bit in the way in the middle of all that. But, as we always say at Onyx, we push through, we keep our heads down, and we stick to the plan and do the best we can to, keep what we're doing going. And I think we did. And that's why we're here today, right? So to announce and talk about Gateway, and also talk about the opportunity that we're excited to be a part of, which is to help a business in Newark be created inside the Gateway Center. So again, I'm John Schultz, and I look forward to being part of not only Newark, but this webinar and a great year for 2022 coming. So Matt, why don't you give a little bit of information about yourself?
Sure. Everyone, my name is Matt Flath. I am Vice President of Asset Management for Onyx. I oversee the leasing and asset management for our retail and industrial assets. And when we first had the opportunity to get involved in Gateway, being born and raised in New Jersey, I was instantly extremely excited to have the chance to come in and try to recreate turn this complex into what it could be and to be a part of that team. So today we're going to show you a few renderings of what the finished product is going to look like in the Junction at Gateway Center, which is the roughly 100,000 square feet of retail space that runs through and connects all of the Gateway buildings, also connects to Penn Station and out to Mulberry Street across from the Prudential Center. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen, give a little bit of context of the complex, and then we'll do an actual virtual walkthrough by a video rendering of the complex. And we'll point out the space that we're offering as part of the contest, as well as the other new exciting restaurant spaces that we have signed leases where we have people committed to being a part of the project.
Great.
I will go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we'll start off kind of with the beautiful new rendering of what the new street level entrance into One Gateway will look like. This is when you come out of Penn Station, walk across the street. This will be the new grand entrance into the complex. And switching over to Google Earth real quick, I'll give everyone a quick overview. So circling right here, this is Newark Penn Station. And just above it, where I'm circling now, this is the Gateway Center. Gateway 1, which is actually where I'm sitting right now on the 24th floor. Gateway 2, the Gateway 3 parking garage, Gateway 3, Gateway 4, and of course the Prudential Center. So the video walkthrough that we're about to show you has you coming basically out of Penn Station into the raised concourse walkway, now known as the Junction, excuse me, walking down through the One Gateway Market Hall area where most of the restaurateurs and new restaurant concepts have decided to locate, through the Gateway 1 new lobby, across McCarter Highway, known as the SKYBRIDGE, through Gateway 2, through the Gateway 3 parking garage, where there's another handful of restaurant and retail spaces, and ultimately landing in between Gateways 3 and 4. So without further ado, I will pull up the video walkthrough. So this is the view as you come out of Penn Station. Directly to the right, you have this double set of doors that leads to the legal center and the Panasonic headquarters. On the right, the space you'll see labeled as Market Cafe. This is, so we recently signed a lease with One Step Ahead Learning Center, which we're very excited about. There's never been a daycare center in the Gateway complex, and we're currently in the design and plan phase right now, but we have a fully executed lease with this tenant, and we're very excited to have the first daycare center in Gateway to open towards the middle of next year. As we come up towards the DoubleTree Hotel, the space on the left is where Fresh & Co. will be opening. And then directly in front of us now, so you have the hotel entrance to the right, the DoubleTree. The space labeled as restaurant is the hotel's restaurant. And the space directly to the left that has the word shop over it, this is the space that we are offering as part of the contest. It's about 830 square feet, has a nice open portal design, and it's one of the first spaces you see as you come out of Penn Station, from the legal center or from the Panasonic building. So it has a tremendous amount of visibility. The roughly 75,000 weekly pedestrians that walk through the complex, through Gateway each week, this will be one of the first things they see as they come out of Penn. Turning the corner here, you'll see on the left and the right the various restaurant spaces where we have Farinella Pizza, Brooklyn Dumplings, 375 Chicken and Fries, Chip City Cookies. We just signed a lease with Mock Bar, the ramen restaurant at the Chelsea Market, which we're extremely excited about, and a few others. Just across here, you see what is now the new Jewel Box entrance. This is the junction level of that nice rendering we looked at before. So when you're coming off the street, across from Penn Station, walk up the stairs, this is the area that you'll land in. Directly across is where Serafina will be opening. We have the entrance to our future planned fitness center. Again, you have the entrance. It's labeled Steakhouse on this video rendering, but this is where Serafina will be going. We're now going into the One Gateway lobby, which these renovations were nearly complete. Walked through it this morning, and it's, for the first time, you could really see it starting to take shape and really look like what the final product will be. Coming back out, we're going to go up the stairs here to the SKYBRIDGE over McCarter Highway. It's a little change, but one of the things we're excited about the SKYBRIDGE, we for the first time introduced heating and cooling into the SKYBRIDGE, and working here myself, it's been one of the greatest upgrades. Now it's not freezing in the winter anymore. It's a nice, pleasant, warm experience when you walk through. We're now walking into 2 Gateway. On the right is where NJTV has their production studio. This is the new lobby into Gateway 2. This is recently completed. So if you walk through this right now, this is just what it looks like. It's rare for the final product to look better than the renderings, but it truly does. The next few spaces on the right, this is where we have Seton Hall University has their student center, Project All-Stars. Then we have Better Spaces, a tenant amenity space. On the left is where the internet brand's private entrance will be. We have a new coffee shop coming on the left here. We're now walking into the 3 Gateway garage. Next is where Greek from Greece will be building out. Cafe Margarita. The newsstand, Dunkin' Donuts, Jersey Mike's. And we have a small, roughly 300 square foot space on the left here that we will be making an exciting announcement about that pretty soon. We then have the doors to the parking garage. And finally, we end up in the area between Gateway 3 lobby to the right, Gateway 4 lobby to the left. That's where you go down the escalators to walk out to Mulberry Street and to the Prudential Center. And this is the new lobby, which is also very near completion for Gateway. And that's our virtual tour. So we'll switch over now to the overall plan for, this is all the retail space that is part of the project. This is the Junction at Gateway. And I know it's kind of a lot on the screen right now, but it shows the different tenants that are coming to the different spaces. You have where we started the walkthrough on the right here, where Newark's Penn Station is. We came through, walked down, and across like this. So the space that we are offering as part of the contest is this space outlined in red right here. As I said, about 830 square feet. Nice frontage facing the Junction. And we're very excited about it.
Matt, maybe you want to take them to the websites to show where you can sign up for the contest?
Sure. So for anyone who's interested or knows anyone that may be interested, we set up a very easy link. It is gatewaynj.com/contest, and it allows you to fill out an application with your background, your restaurant experience, who you are, what your vision is, just so as to get a little bit of sense as to what your vision is here, right? Because one of the cool things about this contest, and one of the things we're really excited about is we're real estate developers, but we're not restaurateurs. So we're really looking to partner and collaborate with the ultimate winner of this contest to build their vision essentially. And we're going to look for a lot of input on the design side, on the operational side of this restaurant. So we're really excited to see what everyone has to offer and what all the different applicants will have to offer. All right. Back to the beautiful shot from across Penn Station.
That was beautiful. Really excited to the rendering of being able to walk through and see how we're going to go from one end to the other. The variety of businesses, but also, local, local spaces, as you mentioned, Seton Hall. Nice to hear they're going to have a space in there as well. I don't know, Jonathan or Matt, maybe want to highlight, the size of the space, what type of businesses you're looking for in that space. If they're, I know we're trying to get Newark-based restaurants, have a second location or satellite. What are your thoughts there?
Matt,
yeah, so we're wide open as
jump in first.
Yeah, sure. So we're wide open as to the type of restaurant, and we're really looking for the community and for the applicants to tell us what they think is the best type of business to go here, as long as it's in the restaurant, F&B, food and beverage category. But the one thing we do like to avoid is we don't want any repeats of existing uses. So for example, we have Farinella Pizza is the pizza shop that's coming in. So we wouldn't want to put a second pizza shop to have two separate tenants competing against each other. We'd like someone that would act as a nice complement to the other users. But we have ramen, we have pizza, we have chicken and cookies, but there's a number of different categories that could be a great fit here.
Is there, and I know it's just we're looking for restaurant space, food and beverage. From the time that, let's say whoever's awarded, let's go to that part, what's going to be required of them?
Right, so once we receive the applications and filter down to a few finalists, and we'll meet with and interview the finalists in order to select the ultimate winner. At that point, we'll send them a lease essentially for the space. It'll be a market lease, the same type of lease we signed with all of the other tenants. That we'll send it to them for them to review and with an attorney, and we'll ultimately sign a lease for the space with them. But other than signing a lease, right, that's really the only obligation.
Well, what is the lease amount and what's the time?
So we're flexible, right? So it's all based on the vision and what they want to do. So we're very flexible. We understand that it's going to be a partnership, right? So there'll be a percentage rent component to the lease where the better they do, the better we do, right? We're not looking to overburden them with an extremely high base rent, but it'll be a partnership.
So, all these great plans are in the works. When is the, construction scheduled to start? What's your timeline for the duration of that construction to take?
For the restaurant space or for the broader redevelopment?
For both, because obviously for the broader development would also determine the traffic. So.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. No, there's I would say about 75% of the way done with the the construction, to the broader redevelopment, and we'll be done. Our plan right now is sometime in Q1 of 2022, and we're looking to have the restaurants open sometime in Q2 as well.
Okay. So, regarding the application, if you wouldn't mind, I guess bringing that back forward, because I know in the flyer you mentioned, a business plan. What's going to be required for the application, and is there a fee?
So there's no fee for the application. It's in terms of a business plan, we're loose. We want to see what their vision is, right? So we want to make sure that the applicant has restaurant experience. We want to see what their projected sales are, what the projected volume is, a P&L statement, an income statement, kind of a pro forma, just showing what the projected business is, how much volume they expect to do, and a summary of what the business would be, what the menu would look like. We don't need an actual menu sample, but just what they would sell, the type of cuisine they would serve, those types of things.
Yeah, and this is John just interjecting here. Creativity. We're looking for very creative, experiences to come in here. We spent a lot of time and energy to create a really beautifully curated experience for the community. As you can see, these doors, they're open to the outside. I mean, we're opening this whole place up. We want this to be a jewel for the community, and as well as the people that are occupying the buildings, but we want this to be something that everyone feels they want to come visit to, either whether they're just in the area or creating a destination to come hang out and enjoy them, each other's company. We got lots of stuff from the Prudential Center with concerts and events. So, there's a lot of potential for whoever comes in here, and we're looking for the creativity of the community to come and tell us a little bit more of what we can do to help the community. Right, Matt?
Yeah, I think John brings up a really good point there, that historically the concourse that ran through Gateway was really just an amenity for the people that work there. Our goal is for that not to be an amenity. We want this to be a true culinary destination for those who work in Newark, live in Newark, work and live in the broader Northeast area, right? We're thinking like a Reading Terminal Market in Philadelphia, right? Something that people go out of their way to go there to get dinner, to get lunch, to eat there with their family. We want this to be a true culinary destination, and that's the ultimate goal of what we want to do here.
Love it. Creativity, is obviously, it's brand and marketing. And, I think it'd be great to see maybe one of our restaurants that are, whether from the North Ward or, the West Ward, and bringing that cultural flavor to the Gateway, along with the existing lineup you have already.
We would love that. Absolutely love
Absolutely.
that.
So, when does the contest application close?
So we extended the deadline through the end of January, right? Because we're excited to get this going, right? So we were toying around with the idea of having it end towards the end of the year, but we want to give people a little bit more time to put the holidays. Everybody gets very busy, so we want to give people an extra month to put the application together and get it into us.
So the website that you showed, if you could just remind everyone of the website, and is that rendering also available on the website, or just the application?
It is. So gatewaynj.com, which is the homepage the new homepage for Gateway. If you scroll down, that's where the virtual walkthrough is, video right here. And then if you just add /contest at the end of that web address, that brings you to the actual application page where you can fill it out and you click send, and it comes right to us, and we're able to get it immediately.
So I was just looking at the application. You have a design concept explaining, do the business owners have to hire their own architect, or is that something that's part of the award, part of the contest?
No, that'll be part of what we provide. So we have our architect who's been involved in the design of the complex will be involved in the essentially turning the vision into a set of construction documents. Let's just
Yeah,
say.
and that's why we
Right?
said,
I
please
don't.
explain. We didn't say design, right? So that's why, because, again, getting back to creativity, we feel it'd be nice to see what's someone's thinking about their design.
Absolutely. That's great that
Exactly.
we'll have your architect as a resource.
Absolutely.
Is there any minimums, like should they have been, because I saw there you have existing restaurant or new start, is there, a minimum of years in business that you would like to see from them?
There's no hard parameters here. It's really, we want someone that has experience in the restaurant business on the ownership side or even on the managerial side, right? And we understand that the past couple of years have been really hard on a lot of small businesses. So we'd even encourage people, if you may not own a restaurant now, but maybe you did in the past, and for COVID or for whatever reason it may not be operational anymore. We encourage people with that type of background to submit as well, because we want to help people like that get back on their feet, right? Small business has been hugely impacted with the pandemic, and we don't think people should be discounted for being hurt by something that was totally outside their control like that.
That's great to hear. That is so great to hear that, businesses that, who either had to close for a time period or haven't reopened yet have this opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just explain or share the process a little bit more? So once, let's say, are you going to be reviewing applications as they come through, or is it they start being reviewed at the end of the application close, and then how long, what are their interviews? What happens next after they submit their application?
Yeah, so once the deadline comes, we'll take all of the applications that have been submitted. We'll then review them all at that time. And our plan is to select a handful, and there's not an exact number, a handful of finalists that we think all make the best case and all think would be the best fit. And then our plan would be to sit down and interview them and talk in further detail about what they have planned. And then following that round of interviews, then select a winner. But we would look to do that within a few weeks of the deadline.
So quick. You said you'd like to make sure there's a mixture of different food and beverage businesses. Is there a listing of the current businesses besides in that video that you have?
On the Gateway website, I don't know exactly where the link is, but we have, if you go to retail leasing, there is a plan that shows the merchandising plan, which I'll pull up again, which is basically this, that shows, right, the Fresh and Co salad, Brookdale Burgers, Mock Bar Ramen, 375 Chicken and Fries, Dunkin' Donuts, The Pharmacy, Serafina, Brooklyn Dumpling Shop, Chip City Cookies, Farinella Pizza, Coffee Shop, Greek from Greece, Cafe Margarita, Dunkin' Donuts, Jersey Mike's, and the newsstand, right? So this will be on the website for people to take a look at, and if it's not clear what the exact offering is of any of these tenants, you can just Google them and pull up their menu.
Okay, and the 800 square feet, that's including for them to have a seating area, or is that primarily the kitchen?
So we leave that up to the ultimate vision of the winner of the contest. What we've seen some of the other restaurant operators do is they have a limited, because 800 square feet, it's a nice size space, but it's not a huge space where you can have 30, 40 seats in it. So you've seen a couple of the other tenants, some have gone no seating, right, where they rely on the common area seating throughout the Junction. Some have had some bar seating, some maybe 2 or 3 bistro tables. So we're flexible.
Okay, and there's going to be, so which space are we looking at? Is it, you have 2 TBDs there? That one at the top.
So the space outlined in red, that's the contest space. the 2 spaces below it are still available, right? So we're actively marketing. We have a few pending offers on these 2 spaces that we're working on right now.
Okay. And I think this is my last question. Is there additional storage or a shared, fridge or, area for, for this business or shared with others?
So everyone wants more storage, right? In the restaurant business, it's important to maximize the dollars you can pull out of every square foot of your space. So we get that question from every single person that looks at it. We don't have it yet, but we're actually working on a design, and it's not finalized yet, but we're trying to create essentially a little area on the lower level of One Gateway that can possibly have some 8x8, 10x10 storage lockers for the different restaurateurs. So it's not something we have finalized yet, but it's something we've heard that comment from a lot of the operators. So we're trying to figure it out right now.
Great. Yeah, for 800 square feet is great for the actual customer facing, but yeah, there's so much additional that a restaurant will need. Yep. Or or even just for deliveries to have somewhere. So that's definitely something that I know a lot of restaurant owners that I've spoken to in the past definitely look for. Definitely. All right, I think that rounds out my questions. At this time, if there are any questions from the audience that have joined us today, you can put it in the chat. Again, this is for the available restaurant space at the Junction at Gateway. This is a contest that Onyx Equities has opened up to Newark-based restaurants. This contest is open now until the end of January. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Jonathan and Matt. We're all
thanks
really
so much.
excited.
As are we. All
right, without any questions coming up at this time, again, the website is gatewayNJ.com/contest for the application, but you could go to gatewayNJ.com to read all about the Junction, watch the video that Matt shared, as well as the layout and the space available. Well, thank you very much, John and Matt. We're really excited, and we look forward to who the awarded business is, and we'll make sure to continue to market that the space is available in the contest. And if any business needs some assistance with their business plan or reviewing financials, please reach out to us here at Invest Newark. We're here to help you and your business start up or flourish. And again, this is open to businesses that may have had to shut down. So you have an opportunity to possibly reopen here at the Gateway.
Thank you again. Everyone have a wonderful holiday season. And
thank you, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.